Few teams have helped themselves as much in free agency as the Indianapolis Colts. I really like what you've done on defense. Now we got to deal with the offense. I'm Jeremy Green of NFLDraft.net and ESPN Radio Asheville, and this is a 4-round post-free agency mock draft for the Indianapolis Colts.
Ain't no truth on the radio station. Somebody owes me an explanation. Well, I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy.
And I'm unapologetic.
Okay, Indianapolis is one of the more interesting teams in this mock scenario because Tyler Warren's who I really want, but as you can see on the screen, let me move that over there, you can see that he's already gone. Armin Mimbu also already gone. I would seriously consider Kelvin Banks Jr. here. A lot of teams have told me that they think he will be better suited at guard. I like him as a tackle. I think he's a tackle that can play guard. I also think I can address guard later in this draft. There is one position that I really need a player at. It's actually the one I just said, and I can't address it later. So I'm going to take it right here. I'm going to go Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan. I don't think there is as big of a difference between these two with Warren and Colston Loveland. I don't think there's as big a difference as everyone else does. Loveland was fantastic in 10 games last year with absolutely no quarterback. People will object to the contested catch rates, only 20%. If you watch the tape on him, there's really not a huge difference between him and Tyler Warren as receivers. I think it's still good value at 14. You go back to the tape from 2023, he was an elite tight end that year as well. I think he's the red zone target that you need for Anthony Richardson, and I'm perfectly fine taking him at 14. I would like to trade down and still be able to get him. I'm not going to risk dealing with the Denver Broncos. Even though they signed Evan Ingram, I could still see them being in play for Colston Loveland. So I'm just going to go ahead and take him right here at 14 to the Indianapolis Colts. Next pick's at 45. I'm still looking at, I would like to address several needs. I'd like to add a linebacker at some point. There are two guys on the board here that just don't make a damn lick of sense, so I'm not going to take them. I've already taken my tight end. I still need a guard. I'd like to add another edge and maybe a safety if at all humanly possible. I know I added Cam Bynum and I've got Nick Cross, but that's maybe a later need. I don't see any way that Demetrius Knight is actually here. So let me look at the board and see what we've got at guard. That's a bunch of guys that I can wait on for a round. We'll see if any of the offensive tackles are going to convert to guard. Oh, that one's intriguing. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to sit right here and take a guy that I do like, and he's very multi-talented. I'll go Donovan Jackson, offensive lineman from Ohio State. This kid was asked to kick out to left tackle last year with the injury to Josh Simmons. Started the year at left guard. I think the tape is way better at guard. He slots in as an immediate day one starter for me. Don't really mind all of the PFF grades because a lot of those grades are from when he was playing tackle. It came down. He's not naturally a left tackle. I do think he could play on the right side if you ever needed him to with an injury to Braden Smith or anything like that. Right here in the second round, I'll just sit in place and take Donovan Jackson. Two more picks in this for Indianapolis, 80 and 117. Let's see who's still on the board here. Had I not gone tight end, I could take Terrence Ferguson here, which I would absolutely not object to. I'm going to look at my team needs for Indianapolis coming out of free agency just to see what it is that I still would like to address. I've added the tight end. I've added the guard. That's my top two needs. I wanted a linebacker, an edge rusher, and a running back. So let's see what we have there. I know I'm not taking a running back here. So we're going to look at linebacker and edge. Start at linebacker. Oh, that's a good one. Jeffrey Bossa is probably the route that I'm going to go, but I'm going to look and see what we have at edge as well. Elijah Roberts doesn't really fit this scheme. You know what? I think I'm going to kill two birds with one stone because I think this kid can play both. Oluwafemi Oladejo, kid from UCLA. The tape was intoxicating last year. He was really good at the Senior Bowl. Where the best of him came was when they put his hand in the dirt and really made him an actual honest-to-God edge rusher. That was the best tape I've seen from him. He started as an off-ball linebacker. I think he can kind of flex between both. You can see down there in the – let me pull this part of the screen up. You can see right here that last year he played more down end, outside the tackle, less off-ball. He had played off-ball before. So, I mean, the kid's still really figuring out how to do this. He looks like he's built out of granite. Some people will say he's a little bit small, and he could be. I think he's a tweener that can come in immediately as a situational pass rusher, play some off-ball. He's just a football player. He shouldn't be here at this point, and I'm not sure that he will be. Some people, Mel Kiper's had him in the first round. I think that's a little insane. This is more where I think he fits in. That Penn State tape, that's really when he turned the corner and showed what he could do. He also holds up well against the run. So now I have basically hit all of the needs that I really wanted to hit if I was Indianapolis. I think they've done incredibly well here. Now this question, do I want to piss Colts fans off? You added Daniel Jones, so I'm not going to go Will Howard. That was what I seriously considered just right off the top of my head. There's a player here that makes a lot of sense for Lou Anarumo, so I'm just going to take him here. It's Noah Williams, cornerback out of Cal. I am absolutely drunk in love on this kid. He is a bit of a work in progress. I just think he's so physical that he's a really good press man corner right now. Don't mind the grade in man coverage. That takes everything into account. He's really good when he can get his hands on you. He's also good playing off-ball zone, and that's more of what I think he would be asked to do in Indianapolis. This gives you a fourth corner because with adding Charvarius Ward, already having Juju Brents, kicking Kenny Moore back into the slot, I feel like the secondary is good, but you need that extra piece. Noah Williams, I think he's a bit of a unicorn in this class because he's got good body frame. He's got good technique. He's got a lot of things. He's not as unbelievably athletically gifted as you would think, but I look at him in this Lou Anarumo defense, and I think he would be an absolute value pick here in round 4. We'll see what god-awful grade PFF gives me because they do this every single time we do this. Oh, there it goes. Oh, just D's all around. Just looks like my high school report card. All the D's. They give Colston Loveland a D, Donovan Jackson a D+, Oladejo a D+, Noah Williams a C. I put nothing into that because they only take that off of the PFF board. I also love when people send me PFF mock drafts and go, hey, I got Colston Loveland at 43. Isn't this a great draft? Well, yeah, it fucking would be. The problem is that it doesn't make any sense. So I try to do these as realistically as I can. They wanted me to take Mike Green with the off the field issues. I'm just not wild about that. Not this early. I also didn't want to let Colston Loveland pass. I think he's a great value at 14. On my board, he's number 13 overall. Donovan Jackson fits in nicely at 45. Oladejo is actually in my top 50. Noah Williams is in my top 100. So for me, this would be an A+, but what do you think about it? Indianapolis Colt fans, let me know that in the chat, not in the chat, that's from our ESPN show. In the comments, let me know what you think of it. If you have a mock draft that you would like to see, any players that you'd like to talk about with the Indianapolis Colts, I answer all of those. It's draft time. It's Draftmas. This is a 4-round mock draft for the Indianapolis Colts. This was going with what the computer did. I didn't know any of it before it happened. I did it live right here. We will be doing 2 7-round mock drafts starting next week. We will go A+ mock draft for every team in the NFL, including the Indianapolis Colts. And then my mock draft that goes into the media contest, I will put it out live here on YouTube the week before the 2025 NFL Draft. Speaking of the draft, we'll be there live every single day, every single pick. We will be in Green Bay covering it live on Radio Row for ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net. You can find me on Twitter at ESPN Draft Nerd. I am Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net. And this has been a 4-round post-free agency mock draft for your Indianapolis Colts.
Ain't no truth on the radio station. Somebody owes me an explanation. Well, I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy